Welcome to our latest video. Today, we are going to talk about something near and dear to my 50-something heart. We're going to talk about menopause, and we are going to discuss alternative measures you may want to take to deal with this incredibly natural process your body is taking. Menopause. What is menopause? Well, I am not going to go into a lengthy description as to what menopause is, because one, you kind of know it's the change of life. That's actually what they used to call it, the change of life. She's going through the change of life. The first time I ever actually had an introduction to menopause, it was an episode of All in the Family where Edith uncharacteristically was snapping at people and getting over emotional and upset all the time. And they came to the revelation, she's going through the change. The change. That's actually what they called it. She's going through the change. And I remember as a child thinking, what's wrong with Edith? Is Edith sick? What's going on with poor Edith? So Edith Bunker's going through menopause introduced me to this concept in the same way that I was introduced to menstruation. Menstruation was introduced to me as the curse, the monthly curse. That is how it was referred to when I was a young woman, the curse. So if the change is menopause and the curse is menstruation, then what? Is it that women are constantly punished? Well, if you look at the book of Genesis, God punishes Eve and then punishes all women after her to the pain of childbirth and then all of the lovely, lovely things that go with it. I believe that this narrative was set out to make women feel like crap. I believe that this narrative was set out to make women believe that there is something inherently and actually biologically incorrect and weak about them. Something that God hates them so darn much that God himself actually cursed women with the ability to bring new life onto the earth. Let's think about that for 5 seconds. The ability to bring new life onto the earth. Only women have the ability to do that. Yeah, we need men. We absolutely need men to complete this process, but we're the ones who carry it. And it's a privilege and an honor, and it's something that I actually see as one of my superpowers. So to tell me that my menstruation is a curse and that the change is something that everyone has to back away from me and I become a different person, I actually think that is a crock of poop. I think that is something, a narrative that has been set out in our society so incredibly strongly that women have actually even bought into it themselves. I believe that we are blessed. I believe that women are extraordinary, and that is why we have these processes. And this is where the controversy comes in. I believe that you should actually go through it, not quiet it. Our bodies actually speak to us. The things that our body is presented with are actual things that we can learn from for our soul. Our mind misses an awful lot, so our soul will use our bodies. Pain is one of those things that the soul uses in order to communicate with you. You pay attention to pain. When you feel a pain sensor, you stop. You actually give all of your attention to the information being brought to you through the pain. But what we tend to do is say, ow, stop that, don't do that anymore, I do not like pain. We notice what we don't want so much quicker than we notice what we do want. If we notice pain and discomfort quicker than we notice any other thing having to do with our bodies, then possibly our bodies will use pain and discomfort to relay a message to you. That when I have a hot flash, and I do have them, if you've spent any personal time with me, I may have had one. I don't have them during readings. My hot flashes do not happen during readings. I would be absolutely shocked if a hot flash happened during a reading. If a hot flash happened during a reading, the hot flash would actually be germane to the reading. That if I'm going to have a hot flash during a reading, it's actually because some dead person has thrown the hot flash through me. There's a reason why I'm supposed to actually present with a hot flash, but mostly I won't, because if I have a hot flash, then my mind is going to go to me. And when I'm doing a reading, my mind is for the person that I'm reading. If I'm sick, I won't be sick during a reading. I don't do reading sick anymore. What I've found and what I have noticed is I get hot flashes when I am anxious. When I'm looking for something, I can start to get a hot flash. When I am dealing with something that is raising my heartbeat, I get a hot flash. Anything that actually takes me a little bit more into an excited state will give me a hot flash. I have noticed this. So when I get a hot flash, I know, okay, I'm too anxious. I need to calm myself down. I need to take a minute. I need to breathe. That is what I do. Now, I've been told my hot flashes probably aren't as severe as other people's, and that's why I can do that. And that might be so. It absolutely might be so that my hot flashes are not as severe as other people's, because even though I do have my ovaries, I do not have my uterus. My ovaries are absolutely covered in cysts, so I don't know if that actually hinders the menopause process, but I actually believe that the reason why my hot flashes aren't as severe as other people's, or I do not feel the severity, is because I'm a yogi. It's because I actually know how to calm myself down just with breath. I know when my body is telling me something different than it was telling me 5 seconds ago, because I have a body-mind connection through yoga. I have a very strong body-mind connection, very, very strong. And I'm aware of that, and I do take that into account when I tell people my beliefs when it comes to menopause. Long time ago, I had to go visit my mother in Vernon because she was having a lump removed from her breast, and I wanted to be there for her. After her lump was removed, we came to find out that the hormone replacement therapy that she had been on since the age of 34, they put my mom on hormone replacement therapy at the age of 34 because her periods stopped. Now, I've come to find out that at that age, it's usually the thyroid. And yes, she has had now, I think, 3 surgeries on her thyroid, because that was actually the culprit. But they didn't look into that. They weren't looking into women's health. So they immediately said, we're going to shut your body up and we're going to give you hormone replacement therapy. And that is exactly what I think they're doing with hormone replacement therapy. It is my opinion, and only my opinion. And I've talked to enough of my friends about this to know that so many women praise their hormone replacement therapy because it makes it so that they can still do their job, so they can still sleep at night, so they don't feel like they want to kill everyone they see. Now, I will put it to you that yes, I absolutely and totally empathize with that. But what might your body be telling you that you are missing because you decided to shut it up as though menopause wasn't natural? It's completely and absolutely a natural process your body is going through. I believe that there are natural ways of balancing that process, and one of them is yoga. Yeah. It's yoga. I know, right? Yoga? No, Bobbi, I don't want to have to do yoga now. I actually want to feel normal like everybody else. Too bad. You're not normal. You're a woman. My goodness sakes, you're a woman. When something as large and life-changing as menopause happens in someone's life, it can be derailing, disconcerting. It can change absolutely everything, because so many women placate They go with the flow. They do not upset the apple cart. They are taught to smile, make everybody else feel better. You're a woman. You are here to actually calm the waters. That kind of stuff. And that kind of stuff can lead to a lot of emotional suppression, a lot of inner anger, a lot of, let's say, a mental disorder within your brain, disorder into what is right, what you should be able to tolerate, what people should be able, how people should be treating you, things like that. And then menopause pops in, and menopause says, was that now? And menopause takes over, and that anger that you've been suppressing and putting down to try to keep everybody else happy, it goes poof, and it explodes out of you, because it's a natural process. Because what menopause is, your second enlightenment. Your first one actually happened way back during puberty. That was your first enlightenment. That is when you went from child to teen, and within teen, that is your realm of confusion for 5-6 years. And then as you get older and older, you flow towards your Saturn, and everything starts to come into some sort of semblance of balance and control. And then all of a sudden, kaboom, kabang, after you've done all of these amazing things, menopause shows up. What the devil is that one for? After I've done all this work, why am I now sweating with the oldies everywhere I go? Why do I actually feel like crying at the drop of a hat? Why do I feel like I'm in a constant state of PMS? Well, it's because menopause thins your veil. It physically attacks your body, but it might physically attack your body so that you actually divert your attention a different kind of way. It might be that I get hot flashes suddenly, and then I know that they're anxiety driven, so that I know when I'm becoming anxious, so that I know when I'm slowly but surely becoming out of control and without my power. Maybe actually menopause is an awakening rather than a curse. What? Could that possibly be true? Quite possibly the reason you suddenly become hot is because your clairsentience is actually almost out of control because you didn't even know how to control it. Possibly brain fog is your claircognizance actually telling you, no, this is actually what you're thinking right now, or there's some extra ideas based on what you already know. Maybe actually your clairvoyance is coming in and it's making you feel like everything is so stuffed up and you just can't even breathe or concentrate on anything, and your emotions are out of control. Maybe you're actually being activated. Maybe menopause is an awesome thing. Maybe menopause is going from mother to hag, crone, and maybe the crone inside of you is the most amazing part of you. How many elders do you know that you look up to? How many did you look up to as a child? There were many of them. This is your turn. This is your turn to be that elder. And I know it brings you closer to death. Yeah, my hands are pink because I dyed my hair today. I know it brings you closer to death, and that's what scares the living crap out of everyone. Because once you have menopause, that means, oh my gosh, I don't make babies anymore. I'm not part of the new process. I'm the old process. If we were in ancient Norway, I would be in the lineup to jump off the cliff. But we don't do that anymore. And maybe we were never supposed to. Maybe actually, as time has gone on, we've learned, and that's why we don't do stuff like that anymore. And maybe you're actually even more worthy now that you don't have your period. Maybe you are actually one great big seething sensor that picks up on this and picks up on that and picks up on this and picks up on that. Maybe your menopause is your blessing in disguise, obviously. Move into your enlightenment in an enlightened way, and it might actually feel like an enlightenment rather than, the menopause curse. The hot flashes during sleep, I don't think are anxiety driven. I actually think they're enlightenment driven. I actually think you wake up because your conscious mind is woken up because it just learned something and it needs you to process that something through the conscious mind rather than just the subconscious mind, because the subconscious mind can knock on your conscious mind's door all the day long and still not get an answer if you are not ready for that answer. So you might want to, when you wake up soaking wet, and I know this one because I have, you might want to say, okay, what do I need to learn? Rather than why? Because really, that's kind of the first thing that runs through your mind. So whether you're on hormone therapy or you're just going by naturally, or you're working with the naturopath and using herbs to help you to balance the menopause symptoms, please add something. Walks in the woods, quiet mindfulness times, possibly putting on music and dancing like nobody is watching and you are the sexiest thing on the planet. Give yourself something back because you need it. Your body's crying out. Your body is saying, we are out of balance. We are moving into this transition. We need everybody at the helm. And you do. You need your body, your mind, and your spirit all at the helm at the same time. The reason I say possibly go through this completely and absolutely naturally is because I actually think we're missing something here. I think that women have been kind of sold a bill of goods that everything that happens to us is bad. All these things are bad. And I actually think that they are our step up. I actually think that they are an absolute symbol of our extra power. Thank you for watching this video. I hope it was helpful. And if you didn't find it helpful, if you completely and absolutely disagree with me, please tell me in the comments, because I would love to discuss. I don't want to argue with anyone, I really don't. But I want to discuss ideas. I also, if you have other ideas, let me know in the comments below, because maybe somebody will read your comment and they'll go, oh my gosh, that makes so much sense to me, because I don't know everything. I only know my personal experience. I have done zero research on menopause, absolutely zero. I haven't. That's it. That's the research I've been doing. So, plus talking to my friends. So, please, if you have alternatives, if you have comments that can be helpful to people who are watching this video, please put them below. I am Bobbi Rowntree, born medium, a 54-year-old going through menopause, and I hope you have a marvelous day. And if you have a hot flash today, look around and see what's giving you those hot flashes. Namaste.